Oh, there's a bite.
Up on the flat?
Up on the flat.
A little bit shallower?
Yeah, man.
Made a move.
Look at this guy.
Not a bad little fish.
You know what?
Throw.
First cast, we made a move. We ended up coming up here in the squaw arm. And we're back here, Lake Shasta, Northern California.
Pretty fish.
Hey, this has been a fun morning so far. Very productive morning. We caught a lot of fish this morning. And like I say, it's finally warming up. I'm throwing right now, this is a brand new color from Daiwa, from Yamamoto. This is a Daiwa Yamamoto Neko Fat 5-inch, but Mimizu is the color. And you know, a cool story about this, what this means in Japan is earthworm. You take a look at that thing right there. It looks like an earthworm. I really like this worm for throwing a Neko rig. And obviously this little spot, heated too, a pretty spot. You know, these fish they're really pretty skinny right now for this time of the year. Normally they're really thick and healthy, but right now they're a little bit thin. That bait's still really deep, but right now, good move. Moving up here, shallower, right up on this flat. Hopefully this is the start of something good for the afternoon bite.
Up on the bank, dude. Little. Little. Look at that. That's definitely not what you want. Non-tournament quality. Ooh, line streaker.
On a big bag.
Dude. Hey, these are just little. Shaky head iShad. Shaky head iShad. You got him? Dude, back in the pockets, man.
Back in the pocket.
I mean, they're fish, but they're not the right fish.
Yeah, definitely not big, but like I say, we made the transition to back of some of these pockets, you know, up in the Squaw River arm. And this is a typical wintertime deal, you know, where these fish will come up in the back of some of these rivers, really get in that thermocline, you know, where the water temp's gonna change. It'll be really cold to warm, and typically they'll stack up in there. That's what we're focusing on right now, you know, like say some of the back of these creeks, back of the pockets, in the back of a main creek arm. And looks like there's a ton of bait, so hopefully this is a good sign of things to come here.
Right. Uh-oh. Little Neko Flick, Cody.
Got him.
Look at that, huh?
Yeah, nice one.
Dude.
Nice one, Jared.
He ate it. Look at that. So another one back, kind of towards the back of the pockets, but the size isn't small, or isn't great. But,
yeah,
you know, got to experiment, find the big ones. Is that the first one caught on a bait caster today?
I think it is, man.
Dude, you know, I don't know if you fish with these, Cody, but this is just a regular Tatula, 7'3", medium heavy. I mean, I'm pretty impressed with them, dude, so far. Cork grips, real sensitive actions. I mean, it's just a good all-around, all-purpose rod. Like, I'm throwing a Neko Flick here, a Jackall Neko Flick. I throw little jigs, little, you know, single-tail swim baits, things like that. I mean,
sure.
A guy could even throw like a spinner bait.
Spinnerbait, topwater.
Yeah, topwater bait. So, really cool line of rods. And then you don't even have one of these.
I don't.
The New Zillion, man. I mean, you can see I'm throwing barely a little 1/8 ounce nail weight in the head of that worm, obviously a bait caster. I'm able to throw it out there almost to the bank. So, you know, prevents backlashing, super smooth. It's got the SV spool.
That's the main thing, yeah.
I mean, dude, this is, I'm just so excited I have something he doesn't.
You know, I haven't even made a cast with that reel yet.
And you're not going to. Although if he made a cast with it, he'd probably catch like a 4-pounder. But no, this is a sweet little setup, man. 10-pound line, you know, and shoot, I'm just happy to throw a bait caster.
I know, huh? You're Jones for that. No, with the SV spool and the New Zillion, you know, with the T-wing system on there, I mean, that was a real you know, focal point for Daiwa. The SV spool has been really our go-to, and a New Zealand. I can't wait to get my, you know, my hands on some of those because that thing looks awesome. Oh, you broke them off?
I didn't break them off. I lost them.
You broke them off? I got them.
Oh, look at that. That's,
hey, guess what?
That's cute as a button.
Mine is still bigger, Mr. Lintner.
Gosh, dude, that was like an 8-pounder.
Uh-huh.
Already on. As soon as it hit the bottom, huh?
As soon as it hit the bottom. Looking at the Garmin there and dropped down. Hey, a little bit better.
You beat me to the bottom.
Beat you to the bottom.
That a fat one?
Look at that fat one. The old earthworm color. Pretty dang cool, man. That is something, you know what? Anytime I'm fishing, I don't care where it's at, but especially a clear water reservoir like Shasta or, you know, the Lake Laniers of the world. Anytime I see a fish directly under the boat, you know, I'm constantly looking at that Garmin. I'm gonna drop down, and why? It's, you know, there's a fish down there. Your chances go up tremendously when you're dropping on a fish, putting it in front of them. So just a little tip, help you guys catch more.
Especially in clear water.
Yeah, definitely in clear water.
Yeah, how black that one is. Got him finally. Look at that fish has been caught before. That's the deal with that Pro V bend though. See how it locks them in there? So that bend right there, you can see the way that fish was hooked. It just sets in there real nice. And especially, you know, for that technique, throwing that Neko Flick, I mean, I'm not even using a band on it. So perfect hook, perfect everything. I'll let that one go. Cody, small fish, dude.
Main lake, buddy. Let's do it. Let's give it a try.
Well, I can't stop on catching. I got one. If I don't catch one on this cast.
All right, deal.
See how it sits in there though? It just holds that worm in there perfectly. And I cut. It comes with weed guard. I got the weedless ones, so you can always remove them. But obviously, if I was fishing around brush, they're harder to put a weed guard on than just to clip it off real quick. So catch another one. Dude, that's so nice when you feel. Dude, look at that one.
Yeah.
That's my PB.
Jared's personal
Dude,
best
spot.
spot.
Nice one though. Look at that.
It is.
Let this guy go here. You're on him?
There he is.
You're on him.
Old earthworm.
The old earthworm. Look at that. Dude, these are all the same size. They're all little. Seemed like to be the main lake fish were a little bit better quality, huh?
They definitely are. Yeah, I mean, for sure worth the try coming up here. You know, when you come up these rivers, a lot of times, you know, you fish the thermocline, like you say, and you generally catch more fish than anywhere, but occasionally you catch some really big ones, and that's what we've been doing this afternoon. But we started off this morning on the main lake. You know, fishing was a lot slower, but the quality was there. So Jared, what do you think? I mean, should we?
I say we get after, you got another one?
I had another one on there.
Little ones, huh?
Yeah, head back to the main lake, I'm thinking, and spend, you know, the rest of the day and see if we can catch a couple nice fish. You know, I know really where a lot of these nice fish live. Like I said, just that main lake bite right now seems to be a little bit slower, but we're definitely catching them on Neko rig bait. So you're throwing the Neko Flick.
Yep.
You know, I'm throwing the Daiwa Neko Fat, you know, made by Yamamoto. Like I say, in the earthworm color. Mimizu is the color. Little owner sniper finesse Neko hook there. This is a 5-inch bait. Like I say, we're working it really slow, both of us, right on the bottom. in some of these cuts, these bends up the river. But like I say, let's go back up on the main lake, you know, fish out a little bit deeper, maybe some red clay, some deeper points, see if we can catch
some big ones might move up this afternoon too on that main lake.
Yeah, definitely warm. See if we can catch a couple big ones. Really to end the day, but this has been super fun so far. You know,
yeah,
a lot of bites.
Day. Another bite?
Another bite, little guy.
You got me over here throwing at the mud. Uh-oh.
Pro tip, Cody says you see one on the graph, drop on him.
Uh-huh. Be the biggest one of the day, dude, watch.
5 pounder. Uh-oh. 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 Daniel. Now they're on the Neko.
Double.
Look at that little guy.
Hey, Lintner.
Huh.
Which one's bigger?
I don't know. You're not supposed to be fishing.
I wasn't. I
If
was
the boss
picking up
sees that, you might get in trouble for not doing your job. Here we go. Dude, I let that one swim with it forever. Oh. Deracoup. Dude, that's cool.
Yeah.
Little blade bait. Uh-oh.
Oh, deep? How's it feel?
Dude, it feels nice. Dude, out deeper. Look at that one.
Oh, yeah.
That one got it. That's one of those new Jackall. Oh, almost lost him. Little Jackall Deracoup. Little tailspin action. It's not a bad little fish, Cody.
No, not at all.
Just kind of throwing it out there. You keep marking bait out underneath the boat or some fish. It's not a bad fish.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot, you know. We made the transition out to the main lake and right there, Jared. I mean,
Yeah.
first couple minutes, you catch that fish. And look at them. I mean, there's a lot of fish
there's a
down
lot
here
of
right now.
But yeah, no, this is a cool little deal, man. I'm just kind of working it like a jigging spoon. It's got the tail spin on it and just kind of hopping it off the bottom. Looks like a little bait fish, a little shad.
I like it.
Bait caster, which I like.
You like it.
Zillion.
You feel at home.
7.3 medium heavy Tatula rod. I mean, yeah, it's perfect. I like the way that ate it too.
Get a little bite, jig bite.
Yeah, no, that's fun. There you go.
Man, I saw that line jump. Little guy, but yeah, that yellow line, you know, Jared, that's one thing I love is throwing that yellow braided line to a fluorocarbon leader. And why, you know, I get asked all the time, but when that line is out on the water, it really acts as a strike indicator. You know, you can see it out there. You see when that bait's falling, when it stops and hits the bottom, especially on an overcast day like today. And not only that, but a lot of times these big spotted bass, you know, when you make a long cast, that bait is sinking down, you'll actually see them come up and bite it real quick and then they'll drop it. So with that yellow braid floating on the surface, you'll see that bite. A lot of times you catch that fish where, you know, if you're using that dark green or straight fluorocarbon, you completely miss that bite. So I love this, you know, this chartreuse, this yellow colored braid. One key though, clear water like we're fishing today, little bit longer of a leader. You know, this is about a 10 to a 15 foot fluorocarbon leader. I really feel like that's a big deal, especially in this clear water with this yellow braid.
Other one?
Other one.
Dude, that's the deal, man.
Dude.
You know what's cool is, I mean, these are small fish, but the way I'm working this bait and the way they're eating it, throwing an 8-to-1 zillion. So I can really catch up to those fish because they bite it, I feel them bite it, and they're like coming straight up. So high gear ratio reel.
Jack 'em. It's a matter of time too. We're in an area with some really nice fish. Matter of time before catch a nice one on that bait.
Yeah. Actually, this is an 8-to-5 gear ratio, zillion.
There it is, Jared.
Got him. Dude, this has been kind of fun in here.
Man, this has been. Look at this.
Oh, is that a smallmouth?
That's a smallmouth.
Nice.
First smallmouth of the day.
That's cool. So we got a meanmouth, a smallmouth, spotted bass. We're just missing largemouth. We have the Grand Slam.
Look at this. That is it. Hey, what a way, man, to end this
Pretty
day.
fish, man.
You know what? Like I say, we had a blast today. We started off on the main lake, and we caught some nice ones. You know, some quality Lake Shasta fish. Really moved up the river, and we caught a lot of fish. And we're going to end the day today on the main lake. You know, another beautiful fish right here. And like you say, Jared, really fun day, man. Always a pleasure being in the boat with you.
No, man, believe it or not, I've learned a lot fishing with you up here. I don't fish a lot like this, so yeah, it's really cool.
Awesome, man. Let's go ahead and release her. And
all right, man, if you guys like what you've seen today and you learned something, make sure and like, share, tag a friend, and make sure and check out the gear giveaway from Daiwa, right?
yeah, check in next week for more action from Lake Shasta. It's going to be good, guys.